I'm a firm believer, I got nothing to lose, nothing to lose. You can never give up when the music lives in you. This is my dream, it's my time to shine. Let the haters hate, but ain't no way they gon' stop me. Watch me, I'll shine, I'll shine, I'll shine.
What's happening, Everett Tribe? We back, baby. Welcome back to another episode of Unconventional Analysis. From now to the end of time, I'm your host, J Magic, man. So check this out. Today, I'm sitting in the break room, just chilling. And it happens to be about 2 or 3 people sitting in the break room. Everybody's sitting at their own desk and everything like that. And my supervisor walks in, LJ. I don't know how the conversation came up, but actually I do know how the conversation came up. Okay, it started like this. Check this out. So I'm sitting there eating my salad at work. I got a salad and a hungry man meal with a Gatorade. I'm a fat ass. I'm sorry. So I'm sitting there eating my salad at work, and me and my homeboy Gilbert talking, chopping it up real quick. And LJ comes in. I'm like, hey, party at LJ house. And she like, shit, you just got a house. Party at your house. And I'm like, man, speaking of, I'm about to be in my house for a year. It's about to be a 1 year anniversary that I bought the house, purchased the house. Like, it's still crazy to even say I bought a house. But I was saying, like, it's about to be the 1 year anniversary of, me buying my house and everything. And she was like, what you gonna do? And I was like, shoot, I've been in this house a year. My mama ain't seen this house. My stepdaddy ain't seen this house. My dad's been inside. He's been inside. He's played games with my boys before we had any furniture or anything in here. My dad has been inside the house, you feel me? So I was like, man, my mama ain't even been inside the house. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, I got kids, you feel me? So I ain't trying to throw no house party or nothing like that. But we never had a housewarming party. And so with this conversation coming up, I was like, man, can you believe that a couple of years ago I was homeless? I'm talking about out in the street, living in bandos, homeless. And now I'm a certified homeowner. Like, that's why I don't take it for granted. I don't, I love and appreciate every second that I have this roof over my head. But it's crazy because I was homeless at one point. Like, check this out. When Young Magic came home from the Marine Corps, I had nowhere to go. I had nowhere to go. I had burnt a bridge chasing behind a girl in Arizona. And it only lasted 8 months. After those 8 months, she sent me packing. So I had to figure out how I was going to get home. So all the money that I did have, I spent getting back home. And my mama told me, come on home, baby. I'll be here for a while. You can have the trailer and everything if you can take care of it. And at the time, I had a good little bit of money. I'd have been able to take care of it while looking for a job and everything like that. But I was chased behind this girl, man. So I was like, no, I'm gonna do my own thing. I said, no, I'm gonna figure out what my options are up here first before I run home. Not telling her that I'm ch- trying to make shit work with this girl that I had met in the military, who was damn near the reason I got kicked out of that motherfucker. Like, but I was still chasing behind her and shit. So I get out of the military. I move in with the girl and her mama, her daddy, and her uncle. I move in with all their ass. My black ass living in this white and Mexican family. The mama was Mexican. The daddy was white. The daddy was also a Marine, so he was cool with me. Like me and her daddy, man, clicked like a mug. And 6 months after I left his house, he passed. R.I.P. to that man, cause he was the goat. When I tell you he was the goat, so me and her dad kicking it, cooling it, you feel me? Mama teaching me Spanish and shit like that. Like mama's sitting me down at the kitchen table every day teaching me Spanish because I was gonna get a job and they needed a translator. They wanted you to be American but able to speak Spanish. So she was sitting there teaching me Spanish all the time. So I'm looking. I really can't find no work, man. But also I'm still chasing behind this girl and she's going back and forth on base, and I couldn't go back on base right then. Like it was a grace period. Like I had like an 8 month period before I can even go back on base after I got out. So she going back and forth on base, going to the clubs and everything, and I'm trying to figure out what she doing. And I can't step foot on base, so I'm calling all my boys, and then man, my boys telling me, man, we told you about this girl, man. We told you about this girl, man. She a barracks bunny. That's what they call it. She a barracks bunny, man. Every time somebody fresh come into the fleet, she own them. And I'm like, dang, I didn't see it then when they was telling me, but now I'm out and I'm seeing everything. I'm seeing all the red flags that I never caught in the first place. Like the way she approached me and everything was a red flag, bro. I didn't see none of that. I was fresh out of boot camp, fresh out of MOS school, straight touchdown, feeling like I'm the man. I had money, I had cars. I was living off base, like I thought I was the shit. So when she approached me, I thought it was just because it was me. You feel me? Like, nah. Anyways, me and her getting into it back and forth, about me not being able to find a job. And at that time, I had just started smoking. I had never smoked before in my life. No trees, no cigarettes. Every now and then, me and my brother sneak out in the backyard when we was jits. We'd sneak out in my auntie backyard and smoke a black and mild. Like that was all. Y'all say hey to EJ. Come on down. There you go. So me and my brother would go out in the backyard and smoke a black and mild every now and then. My auntie not knowing, like nobody really knew. So that was my only experience with smoking. So she had been stressing me, cuz like stressing me to where I went and bought me a box of Newports, packed them bitches and everything. Never smoked in my life and smoked the hell out of that cigarette. And from there, it was from cigarettes to trees. And now I'm smoking trees on the back porch with her daddy. Her daddy, like I said, her daddy was cool. He was a Marine. He knew what I was going through, things like that. Like he worked on getting my other than honorable discharge elevated so I can start getting benefits and stuff like that. Like, bro was a trooper, man. I love that dude. But I'm out there smoking one day. Her daddy, well, he's not smoking, but he's sitting there talking to me as I smoke. And she comes around, but the way she came around, bro, I just knew something was up. She came around peeking, trying to see where I was at. But where I was at, all I had to do was hop up and move. She wouldn't see me, but I would see her. And when I hopped up and moved, it was another nigga at the car. And I was like, oh, damn, that's how it is. And I was like, hey, Pops, I don't think this is about to go good. I'm about to grab my bags. And when I said I'm about to grab my bags, she was like, yeah, this is so and so, Sergeant, what's what, whoop the whoop. He about to move in. I'm like, them niggas was right. Them niggas was right. All right, cool. I packed all my stuff that day. Booked me a Greyhound. Got a Greyhound all the way about 20 miles away from my hometown because that was as close as it can get. I didn't have nobody. So I walked 20 miles with my sea bag strapped across my waist, a rolling duffel bag, and a bag that I had across my shoulder. I walked 17 miles to be exact. Long, slow, miserable walk. When I tell you, I had a lot of time to think. I had a lot of time to think on that long ass walk. Nobody was really trying to pick me up, but I really wasn't trying to be picked up. Like I ain't on no hitchhiker type shit because shit happens. And where I was walking at was the woods. I'm talking about country ass woods. Like when I would see a car, I would actually move out of the view. Like I'm talking about, I don't care if it's somebody's yard or whatever. I'm moving out the way. I don't want them to stop. I don't want them to talk to me or nothing. So I'm walking, tired. Got my sea bag strapped across my waist and everything. Just walking, sitting there singing to myself. Man, I'm singing to myself because I'm so depressed. Like I'm singing all the love songs, slow songs, man. While I'm walking to my hometown, which is 20 miles away. I stopped maybe 5 miles into the walk, walked into a store, bought me a water and a Gatorade, a pack of cigarettes. Continue my walk, smoking the hell out of them damn cigarettes, drinking my water, drinking my Gatorade because now I ain't even drinking the water no more. I'm pouring it on myself to keep like just keep myself going. Like this is a long ass walk. And the only reason I know exactly where to go is because this is the same route I took when I took the Greyhound back to my base. I came home one Thanksgiving with a different girl. I came home with a different girl to my mama house for Thanksgiving, and almost ended up getting stranded at my mama's house because the girl was ready to go, but I wasn't ready to go. I was chilling with my homeboys and everything. I wasn't even at the house. I dropped her off at my mama's house and I dipped. Went and chilled with the boys, came back, chilled, ate, whoop whoop, dipped again. Like I left her at my mama's house while I went and chilled with the guys. So I drove a rental car and that was the route I took to get to my mama's house. I drove a rental car to the airport and we flew out. So I knew how to get to my mama's house from the Greyhound station because I done passed that Greyhound station a lot of times. I done picked my little brother up from that Greyhound station maybe once or twice. I done been dropped off at the Greyhound station maybe once or twice. So I know exactly where I was going. So I'm on this walk, long ass walk. So I'm on this walk. About 3 miles from town, about 3 miles from town, there's this Chula Brookfield bend. I don't know if it's three. It might be about seven. I don't really know. I'm hitting this bend, and there's railings on both sides. So once I hit this bend, there's no. I'm already on the opposite side of the railing. So once I hit that bend, there's no where for me to move if there's a car coming, because off to the side it's a dip. Like the road is right here, and then you got the railing. You got the railing. You got a dip on one side. You got a dip on the other side. Because they out there in the woods, and under that dip is trees. I'm talking about tall trees. I'm talking about trees everywhere. And to the right is cotton fields, miles of cotton fields. So I'm on the right side of the road, which you're never supposed to be on the right side of the road because your back's to the traffic. That's a no, but I wasn't thinking at the time. I had just been walking like a motherfucker. So I'm on the right side of the road. I got my back to the traffic. This truck comes around the bend and they hit the brakes. They back up. Magic, is that you? Like, dang, who is this? Magic, is that you? I'm like, who asking? Say, man, it's Blake, man, it's Blake, man. I've been gone for a while now. I've been gone for a while. He said it's Blake, man. We used to work at Zaxby's together when you was in school. Blake, white boy Blake. Hey, what's up, man? Hey, I need to ride the Fitzgerald. I know you're going to Fitzgerald because this road only goes to two places. He's like, all right, cool. Hop in. So I hop in. We chop it up, catch up. Figured out what he doing. He figured out what I'm doing. I'm like, I need to go to my mama house. He like, were we part of that before you left? I was like, yeah. Drop me off at that house. He's like, all right, cool, man, cool, man. I was like, you smoke? He's like, yeah, I was just getting ready to fire one up. I was like, all right, cool. Fire that bitch up. Let me tell you this shit. So I told him the story about the girl because he done met the girl. I done brought that girl to my hometown also. So that's two of them that I brought to my hometown. So I brought the other one to my hometown. He done seen her. He done met her before. He's like, man, I got those vibes for her, man. I got those vibes for her, man. I was like, bro, you should have told me, bro. But I wouldn't go listen. Shoot. I wouldn't go listen. So Blake, we ride, we chilling. He drops me off at my mama house. I get to my mama house. There's nobody there. I'm talking about nobody. I don't know where nobody, man. So my homeboy KJ lived. It's an alley. Okay. So my homeboy KJ lived at the back of the alley. My mama lived at the front of the alley. So it's a alley. I took the alley to KJ house. It's late. I'm talking about super late. Nobody knows I'm home. I take my sea bag off. They have the house and then they have a little shed connected to the house. It's still the house, but you can't get there's no door to get in. You got to come outside the house to get inside of it. They have their washer and dryer inside of there. So we already killed them. I throw my sea bag down inside the washer inside the room with the washer and dryer. Throw my sea bag down, throw my other bags down. I close the door. It's a washroom. So there's dirty blankets and everything in that motherfucker. So I'm tired. My thought process was it's too late to wake them up. So I'm gonna sleep in this laundry room. Ain't nobody finna do no laundry in the morning. You feel me? So I'm just gonna sleep in this laundry room. When I wake up, I'm gonna call him from the laundry room, be like, hey nigga, I'm in your laundry room. Come get like you feel me? That was my plan. So uh I lay down in the laundry room. I grab a blanket. I throw it over me, but I don't cover my whole face. I don't do that type of shit. Like I just cover up to where my nose is. So my eyes are still outside the blanket, and I turn over, catch me some Z's. I don't know how long I was sleeping, But I woke up to I pop up. I'm listen. I done been in the military for a while. I done been in the military for a while. I done did some shit. I done seen some shit. So waking up to screaming is not ideal. You feel me? So I pop up, whoo, looking around. I'm like, Auntie Rebecca. She said, Magic? Auntie Rebecca, it's me. Calm down. But now she done screamed so loud, everybody else in the house heard her and they done came outside. So I'm in the laundry room. Auntie Rebecca is outside the laundry room. God dang, my homeboy's grandma just came out the door. He just came out the door and he got fired. He just came out the door and his mama just came out the door. You're like, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? And you just hear me in the laundry room like, it's me, guys. He peeks his head. He said, Magic? I was like, what's up, KJ? He said, Grandma, you remember Magic? His mama live up the road. We play basketball together. So she peeks her head.
What did it do?
Magic, baby, what you doing? I say, hey, Grandma, I just got off the Greyhound. They dropped me off. So I'm like, I just got off the Greyhound. They dropped me off in Tifton. I walked from Tifton and I don't know where my mama's at. So instead of waking y'all up at 5 o'clock in the morning, I decided to sleep in the laundry room. She was like, no, baby, we can't have that. We can't have that. So grandma gave me a spot to sleep for like 2 or 3 days, because grandma loved me. I love grandma. We always go back and help grandma. So grandma gave me a spot to sleep for about 2 or 3 nights while I was trying to find out where all my folks and shit was. 2 or 3 nights was up. And I still hadn't found out where my folks was at and everything like that because I didn't have no phone or nothing. So I was really just basically walking around town, seeing if I see a car or a person or you feel me. So 2 or 3 nights was up. I pop out. So finally, about 4 or 5 days go by, and I link up with my little brother. Like, hey, like Magic? Like, Joker, where you been? He's like, oh boy, you ain't heard? Shoot, mama back on the road, driving trucks. I'm like, where you staying at? He like, wherever I lay my head at. I'm like, dang. All right, bet. I'm gonna link up with you. This is what I'm gonna do. We're gonna throw this out together. We're gonna figure something out. We're gonna thug it out together. So we find this spot. We done scoped it out. So we find this double decker white building that we have been scoping out. Found out there ain't no renovations on it. Ain't nobody living in it. Ain't nobody trying to live in it. Nothing. So it's abandoned. And it's right up the road from a store, a grocery store. A grocery store, a convenience store, and like a Harvey's. So everything that you need will be close by. So we come up with a plan. We're gonna crash at this abandoned building. Anything we need is close by. And we're gonna hustle until we can get us an apartment. Now, what I'm about to tell you, everything we did, I ain't proud of. But it led to where I'm at today. So this is how I went from homeless to homeowner. Every morning, we would wake up early in an abandoned building. It still had water, but it didn't have no lights. I don't know how, but I think it ran on a well. So, wake up early, brush our teeth, wash our face, take a quick shower, grab all our stuff, throw a blanket over it, hop out the second floor window, we gone. Early in the morning, about 5 o'clock, going up to Labor Finder, sign our names, see if they can get us a job. I had me a little burner phone at the time, picked it up from Walmart. Needed a little burner. So from then, just walk around the city, trying to figure out what we can do, what we can sell, what we can get into. We do this for about 3 weeks. Nothing's really working. Really getting hungry. The bando done been, I think we got spotted maybe once, but ain't nothing happened about it. So now I'm like, all right, I gotta figure something out. During the daytime, after we done went and tried to fill out all our applications and everything, I go to Harvey's, wear my little bag of clothes, buy something that I actually need, and stuff a piece of meat down my pants, like a packet of meat down my pants. Bonk out. Come back, go to my partner's house, cook the meat up, Ziploc bag it, put it in my bag. That's what we would eat. Maybe for a week, we pinch through that. Go to the store, grab a couple of snacks, drinks with the money that we done got, and that's what we drinking, and that's what we doing. All right, so after a while, man, we was like, we got to make some other type of money. So I hit up my dude, hit plug, like, hey man, throw me something. I need to make some money out here. It's like, nah, man, not you, bro. You got ways to do. I'm like, nah, bro, it ain't working. Uh, I don't want to let you know all my situation, but just know, bro, I ain't got nothing. I ain't got nowhere. I ain't got nothing. He's like, all right, check this out. My cousin live at such and such. In 2 days, go to him. I'm gonna make a call. I was like, all right, cool. Went to his cousin. I actually knew his cousin. Went to school with his cousin. His cousin was like, he ain't talking about you, is he, Magic? I'm like, yeah, man, I gotta get it out here. I got to get it, bro. I'm hungry and I'm desperate. I got to get it. He was like, dang, I can see it in your eyes, boy. I can see it in your eyes. All right, this is what I'm gonna do for you. I'm gonna give you this and I'm gonna give you this. He threw it to me. And I started moving it. And we started making money. It ain't all peaches and cream, cause niggas done robbed me 2 or 3 times. Ran off with the pack, ran off with the money. Man, it happens. Nah, it ain't never happened again because I ain't gotta live that type of lifestyle. But boy, it happens. Listen, it happens. So we start moving. We start moving on up. Finally, we get us an apartment. And the apartment is a double apartment for the price of one. Joker had his side of the house. I had my side of the house. There was a door that divided both houses. Both houses had their own front door and back door, own keys and everything, but it was one apartment, but it was split in two. I had a kitchen, he had a kitchen, I had a shower, he had a toilet and sink, I think. So he had to come over to where I was at to take a shower. I had a living room. He didn't have a living room. Like it was that type of apartment. Like he had his own bedroom and everything. Like when he wanted to do his own thing, he can go to his apartment, shut the middle door, lock the middle door, and then go to his room and shut his door or not shut his door. You feel me? Like it is what it is. And we lived upstairs. with a balcony on my side, so I can see everything that moves. So make it do what it do. I had a box on the ground. Drop the money in the box. Count it out for me. Drop the money in the box, and I'm gonna drop what you need. No hand to hand exchange, so they can say nothing. And I'm peeping everything. So make enough money to get us an apartment. Shit's looking good. I done got me a job at the time, so now I'm doing a legal 9 to 5, and I'm doing what I'm doing on the side, stacking up money. I'm going to a couple of house parties at this time, and I see this girl. She's throwing a house party in her spot. House party's going good. I done slid up in there, vibing, chilling, knocking one back. All of a sudden, we the only two left in the house party. And I'm standing outside smoking because she's getting ready to lock up for the night and everything like that. Like everybody done cleaned up and everything. She getting ready to lock up for the night. So I'm standing outside smoking, and then she gets a phone call. It's from her husband at the time. He going off. Heard that she had them had a party and everything like that. Going the fuck off. I'm a little tipsy, so I'm like, hey man, you ain't gotta put up with that, man. Like, fuck with me. That's all I say. Fuck with me. She like, all right, yeah, yeah, yeah. Smile. I bunk out to Florida for a little bit, go visit my family and everything like that. I come back, she gone. They say, hey, she done moved with her husband, yada yada yada. He came down here, got her, she gone. Back to what I'm doing. I done came back home. Uh Apartment still good because my boy Joker he been holding it down, you feel me? So I came back to the apartment, picked up my spot, picked up my place where I was at, and we kept on moving. Then we got jammed up about some okay. Before I got the spot, me and Joker got jammed up coming out the abandoned building one day. We we had a feeling. We had a feeling, okay? I'm gonna tell you like this. We had a feeling. So that morning when we woke up, we didn't brush our teeth, we didn't take a shower, we didn't nothing. We packed all our stuff up in our bags and we took all our bags. And as we're putting the last thing in our bag, we hear the door burst open. Boom. It's the police. So we do what we do. Hop out the second floor. Boom. I don't know if he turned his ankle or what, but Buddy was hobbling. My boy was hobbling, you feel me? But he was still striking out. I'm striking out.
I jumped in a fucking pothole.
He jumped in a pothole. Okay. So he jumped in a pothole. I'm striking out. I look back. My boy ain't behind me. But I can see him going, but he ain't behind me. So I'm like, dang. All right.
He could have kept running. He could have kept running.
I could have kept running, but I wasn't gonna do my boy like that. So I tossed everything that I got to him, and he hit the cut, and I kind of jog in place so the police can see, because we had dusted their ass. I kind of jog in place because only one of them had done bent the corner, so one of them saw me, but they didn't see him because I had just kind of like do everything to him, and he had done hit the cut. So they running after me now. I hit the other cut, took him on the opposite direction. Man, that nigga was like, stop or I'ma tase you. I ain't trying to feel that. I ain't trying to feel that. I said, man, I ain't got nothing, man. I stopped. I ain't got nothing. I wasn't trying to get tased. I ain't, fuck that shit. I ain't trying to get tased. Especially, man, the motherfuckers will tase you 2 or 3 times and then come and put their knee on you. Bro, you don't know these motherfuckers, bro. You don't know these motherfuckers. All right, so I'm down on the ground and everything. Then I handcuffed me and everything. It's like, who's the guy you were with? I was like, man, I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm homeless, man. I was sleeping in the building, man. Everybody sleep in that building. Ooh, I love it.
Cool, man. Looks like you're having a hard time seeing out of it,
No, I can see perfectly fine. I think it's very realistic. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
What animal is it? What do you think? What animal?
Raccoon.
What kind of raccoon?
Cinnamon raccoon?
Yeah. Does it look good?
It looks perfect, baby. So of course I wasn't gonna give him a boy up. I was like, I don't know, man. Everybody sleep in these buildings. I never knew it was a problem. He was like, well, you're trespassing. I'm like, come on, man. I ain't got nowhere to go. It's like, you got somewhere to go now.
Yo, bro, can you leave the game since you're in the pregame?
MJ wants y'all to see her mask. Come on.
I didn't mean to leave.
So I ended up getting locked up, getting on probation. And now we're going to fast forward back. So I done got my apartment and everything like that. I'm still doing good, but I'm on probation now. I'm on probation. So I'm walking to probation one day. And I just happened to turn around. And at the stop sign is the girl who had moved away. And I'm like, hey, yo, hey, what's up? Hey, come here. So she pulled up on me. This is years. No, not years. Like she left 2 years later. I got locked up. Then a year after that I seen her. So about 3 years done, maybe 3 years done passed. So I see her again. I'm like, hey, what's up? She's like, what you doing? I'm like, about that. I need to ride to probation. Can you take me to probation? She's like, yeah, what you on probation for? I'm like, yeah, shit happens. So she slide me to probation. After I'm done with probation, I'm like, hey, slide me over here. I gotta pick something up. And then I'll grab you something to eat if you hungry. Like, she's like, yeah, that's cool, that's cool. So she slide me to pick the pack up. She don't even know. She slide with me to pick the pack up. But when I pick the pack up, I got Joker and Gucci sitting on the pack. So when she picks the pack up, she picks them two up also. So it's her driving, me in the front seat, Joker behind me, Gucci behind her. I introduce everybody. I'm like, oh man, I'm sorry. I didn't know everybody was gonna be, here. She was like, nah, it's cool, it's cool, it's cool. So we slide, get something to eat. I pay for everybody in the car. I'm like, hey, can you take me to my homeboy house at the cut, in the cut? She's like, yeah, my homegirl live in the cut. That's where I've been staying at. I'm like, oh, word. Let's slide to the cut then. We slide to the cut. I kick them two niggas out. Hey, y'all slide. Me and her chop it up for a little bit. Whoop the whoop, whoop the whoop. I'm like, hey. I call them two niggas back. They get back in the back seat. We slide somewhere else because I had to make a run real quick. Now when we sliding, bro, we turned now because it done been a while. They done had drink, they done had smoke. We turned, so we in there vibing. And then one of my partners in the back, like, hey, where the white girl live? Let me holler at her. I was like, no, bro, she already spoken for. She already spoken for. So we slide, drop them two back off, slide back to where she's staying at, and we parlay at old girl crib for a while. I'm like, hey, what you trying to do? She was like, nothing, nothing, nothing. I was like, so what you got going on? She was like, well, I just had a baby not too long ago. Uh, things ain't work out with me and my husband. We working on getting divorced. Whoop, whoop. I'm like, cool. Slide with me back to my crib. She like, no, I gotta go drop my son off with his grandparents. They about to be getting him for a while, so I can get on my feet. I was like, cool. When you get done with that, hit me up. So the next morning, about 8 o'clock in the morning, I get a call. She's like, what you doing? I'm like, shit, you know what I'm doing. What you need? She was like, you want to ride with me to drop my son off? I was like, man, kind of busy at the moment. I'll actually take a rain check. When you pick him up, I'll ride with you. She was like, all right, cool. I'll hit you up when I get back. So I'm vibing throughout the whole day, getting the house situated and everything. When she called me back, I got 12 niggas in my house. My house so packed, man. I'm talking about packed. It's 3 people on a 2-man couch. It's 4 people on a three man couch. Then it's me. It's Joker standing up at the wall. It's KJ sitting in the back. It's Gucci in the middle of the floor, right in front of the table, but he facing everybody else. It's 12 people in here. A couple of them are customers, and a couple of them just chilling. Now, she already know where I stay at. I told her I wasn't doing nothing, so guess what she does? She pulls up, whips straight in that mug, knock on the door. When she open the door, she look around and see everybody in there, and she walks straight in. Like, what up, y'all? I'm talking about gangster as hell, just walk straight in. So we chopping it up. She done been at the house like 4 or 5 days. Like, man, you might as well move in. You know, we can make this thing pop off. You got you a job. I do what I do. I'm working on getting me a job. You got a slider. You got time. You feel me? We got time to build on this. So, boom. That's what we do. I get me a good job while I'm doing this on the side. Shit start going good. We start making things official. So now we ready to move into our own spot. We get into our own spot, go through ups and downs like everybody else does, have 2 more kids. But in this time, I'm still going through shit. I'm still going to jail, trying to live out my dreams of things that I didn't get to do until finally I get a permanent, solid job. I'm talking about a good, high paying job. A type of, we're going to get out the hood with this job, that type of job. So one of her friends just recently purchased the house before we did. And as she's picking her friend's brain, LJ just purchased a house at my job. So I'm picking her brain. And one day we just came home like, hey, we can get a house. Like, we said it at the same time. I was like, you know what I'm thinking? She's like, it's something I want to tell you. And I was like, we can get a house. And we both said we both said it at the same time. We can get a house. And I was like, dang. Okay. This is what I know. She told me what she know, and we put it together. Step 1, open a Capital One bank account. They give you a card that builds your credit. This is how I did it. I got a good job, but I also got kids and bills to pay. I would buy $30 worth of gas, put it in my car, off that card, swiping that card. The next day, I'd pay the $30 off. I got $200 limit at first. I'd pay the $30 off. So now it's back at the $200 limit. I do that consistently every week. Every week, if I needed gas, I would use the Capital One card. I didn't use it for nothing else because any purchase that I made, I wanted to instantly put it back the next day, and I would never spend if I couldn't put it back. And that boosted my credit up. Keep boosting my credit, and then I got a call from LJ, and she was like, "You need to start looking into a realtor before you even have access and time because they have knowledge that you will need." So I looked into a realtor. Her name is Becky Nichols. Awesome lady, sweet lady, beautiful lady. To my soul, so beautiful. She looked at me as I am. It was like, yeah, I can make it happen. No looks of discrimination. No, you might not be old enough. No, you can't do it. When she started talking to me and I told her what I've been doing and my plan and what I wanted in a house, she was like, "Oh yeah, we can make that happen." No matter what I wanted, I would call this lady at random hours and be like, "My credit score didn't go up. Did I do this wrong?" She's like, "No, you gotta be patient. You gotta do this. You gotta do this. This works, and this will work." So she was like, "Call and see what you owe. Any debt that you have, light bills, phone bills, things like that. Call and see around." So I started calling around the credit bureau, whatever it is, and they will actually tell you what you owe everywhere. I owed Dormany Medical Center. I owed hospitals. I owed I owed. So I had to start paying those off. And when I paid those off, my credit skyrocketed. When I tell you skyrocketed, skyrocketed. You start to feel a whole lot better about your chances when you see your credit score start going up. Because with the Capital One card comes the Capital One app. And you can view your progress, see your bills, see your anything that you owe, see your credit limit, what you can spend, what you can't spend. Everything comes with the app. So I started paying everything off. Everything. Phone bills, old medical bills, old light bills. I started paying everything off. My credit started going up. So once my credit got to a decent range to where the realtor can actually start talking to me about houses that I would want, oh man, it made me want to pay even more stuff off so my credit can go even higher because at the range that I was at, I was able to get houses that I never even dreamed of. So I was like, if my credit goes up even higher, I can get a dream house at the age that I am right now, man. Okay, so I have a hustler mentality. If I can vision it, I can do it. If I can see it, man, don't have me start singing R. Kelly in here. If I can work it out up here, I can make it happen. So I pointed to a house that I had been looking at. I was like, where do I need to be to get here, to get this? She was like, you need this. Point blank period. She was like, you need this. Nothing more, nothing less. You need this. I was like, all right, I'll be back. 6 months of straight grinding. Now I'm not spending $30 on gas. I'm spending $30 on gas, $20 on something else, and paying it off the next day. Trying to still boost my credit, make my credit jump. My lights went out. Well, not went out. My bulb does that sometimes. but we're gonna keep on going. I kept boosting my credit up. So I came back to her one day and I was like, can I get that house now? She was like, son, you can get any house you want. And I was like, okay, let me go back and reevaluate this real quick. So me and the missus, we talked. I asked her what she would like in the house that she would be having for a while. And I figured out what I would want in a house that I would be having for a while. I want a game room. She wants an office. She does school. I do games. The kids do games. I do podcasts, like a man cave, basically. And that's how we treat it. She don't even come down here. The only time she's ever been down here was to decorate the first time, and then we redecorated it ever since. She don't even come down here. So we go back to the realtor and we tell her exactly what we want. She's like, all right, I'll call you back when we have a good negotiating deal. That wait was the most agonizing wait I have ever had. A lot of doubt, a lot of doubt crept in. Like, man, somebody's gonna get it. You ain't gonna be able to get it. Maybe you done did something wrong. Your credit gonna go back down before you can get it. Like, every doubt crept up, every doubt. But I went to work every day like, today's gonna be the day. Today's gonna be the day. And the day she called me and told me she had a number for us, mm, best day in the world. She said, go to the bank. Go to the bank and give them this number. Tell them that's what you need. I went to the bank, gave them that number, told them exactly what I needed. They gave it to me. I drove to the realtor's office, gave her the check, started signing papers. We had already looked at this house 3, 4, 5 times. Just never been inside. When she told us she had the numbers, she sent pictures of the inside of the house. That was all we needed to see. It was everything that we wanted. Everything that we asked for was inside this one house. Every kid got their own room. I have my man cave. She has her office. Big kitchen, big living room, big rooms, huge master bedroom, big yard, front and back. Concrete slabs where they can put up basketball goals on the front porch. Concrete slab in the back where she can put up a patio set. Porch on the front. Like, everything. Space for the dogs. Everything. And the craziest thing is, man, when we finally got the key, before we put any furniture in this place, I sat on that living room floor and cried my eyes out. Bawled. When I tell you bawled my eyes out, cried. Feel like for 30 minutes just sat there and cried, man. I'm talking about good cry. Because when I turned the key into that door and pushed it open, everything that I've ever been through in my life meant nothing. It all led up to this moment. Every hurt, every pain, every sleepless night, every cold night in an abandoned building, everything led up to this exact moment. Man, I cried so good because I felt the achievement of, I'm 35. 4 years ago, 5 years ago, I never would have imagined I'd be here. In my 20s, I was homeless, man. And I have a house. My name is on it. I signed the papers. Can't nobody put me out. I pay the bills on time, ahead of time. Cause ain't nobody ever gonna be able to tell me to get up out of here. I pay the mortgage on time with interest. My kids ain't gotta worry about nothing. That's what I worked so hard in my life for. If I can do it, man, you damn sure can do it. Cause I came from nothing, literally nothing, to be here in my house with a podcast. Even though I do need to fix my light here in the hot box. Even though it ain't hot because it got cold down here now. In the state I'm in, it's starting to get cold. So the hot box ain't hot no more. Tax time, I'll fix the AC over here because I blew it. I'll fix the AC. So it'll never be the hot box again. I'll fix these lights. This game room, man cave, used to be a beauty salon. So we don't have regular light bulbs over my head. We have the long circular light bulbs that you would see in a barber shop or something like that. So they're actually a little bit harder to come across, but I know where to get them from. I just been procrastinating, but I can't let this happen again. So I'll go and get me some extra light bulbs. I haven't changed them since I moved in here, so I'm surprised that they just now going out. You feel me? But the work that I put in to get this house, you can do the same thing. It's all about setting a goal. And if you want that goal bad enough, you'll make it happen. But even though I have this house, it wasn't just me getting here. My girl pushed me a lot. My kids motivated me a lot. Like, I know what I don't want to go back to. That's why I worked so hard today.
And he's a great father.
I don't even. I'm gonna fix this later. But I ain't gonna hold y'all too much longer because I don't know how this looks. But just set a goal, man. Once you achieve that goal, set another goal. I ain't trying to be like KG and say anything is possible, but man, anything you set your mind to, you can do. I believe in that 110%. You just you gotta believe. This is how I went from homeless to homeowner, and you can do the exact same thing. Stay blessed, set a goal.